feeling, that automatic shiver in your spine. Darkness, you have seen it. Have you gone high to the light? Oh, release the feeling. It'll send you outside. Something like a master. To the day, time. When did we open our eyes to the sound of the time? When I feel like I'm all alone, and my time is up, it's heavy, but it's ready. What it do? It's your main man, 13 Disciple, right here on the ones and twos. It's your hip hop power hour right here on KHSX Power 101.5. What's up, Facebook, Instagram? That's how we rocking today. Good hip hop for the soul right here on this beautiful Friday. These are Sign of the Times right here. You're listening to KHSX 101.5. Yeah. Yeah. That's my main man right there, CeeLo Green. Sign of the Times right here on KHSX Power 101.5. You are listening to your hip hop power hour right here on KHSX, your community radio station. Is how we rocking today. Next song we got Bring It In on your power station, KHSX 101.5. Make sure you're keeping it tuned in. You're rocking with the best. How you doing on this beautiful Friday right here on KHSX, the power station 101.5. This is how we're going to rock a little inspiration for you today. Make sure you're doing what you need to be doing on this beautiful Friday, keeping it ready, keeping it hot. You listen to the power station, keeping it tuned, 101.5 FM. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, says the beat, the short shot, come on. I met this girl when I was 10 years old, and what I loved her, she had so much soul. She was old school when I was just a shorty level. Throughout my life, she would meet that on me on the regular. Not a church girl, she was secular, not about the money. No stuff was my checker, but I respected her. She hit me in the heart. A few New York niggas had dinner in the park. But she was there for me, and I was there for her. Pull out a chair for her, turn on the air for her, and just cool out. Cool out and listen to her. Sitting on bone, wishing that I knew you eventually if it was meant to be. And it would be because we related physically and mentally, and she was fun then. I'd be geeked when she come around. Slim was fresh, yo, when she was underground, original, pure attack with the down sister. So I tell you, I miss him. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. The conversation, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop.
Little common sense on this Friday. Keep it tuned in. Yeah.
Have a body, but she started getting thick. Did a couple of videos that became from Central. Out goes the weed, in goes the raised beast medallion. She was on that tip about stopping the violence. About how people she was teaching me. I'm not preaching to me, but speaking to me. And about the devil's leisurely, so easily I approach. She ducked my back, that's how we got close. Then she broke to the West Coast, and now it's cool. Around the same time, I went away to school, and I'm a man that expanded. So why should I stand in her way? She helped me get up money in LA, and she did stuff. She got big trouble, what we found. She said that the whole night was going out of style. She said Afrocentricity was up the past. She got into R&B and house, bass and jazz. Not black music is black music, and it's all good. I wasn't sorry she was with the boys in the hood, cause I was doing her. She was becoming well-rounded. I thought it was dope, now she was on that freestyle. This one just having fun. Not worrying about any money, you can tell by her hubsy is hungry. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. 1, 2, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, now gotta be the short shot. Yes, yes, y'all, and you don't stop. Don't check it. I might have never mentioned that this was created. Once the man got too much more to the native, so if she got an image and a gimmick, then she can make money. And she did it like a dummy. Now I see her in commercials. She's universal. She used to only swing it with the inner city circle. Now she be in the birds looking out and dressing different. And also dumbish when she comes to the city talking about popping out of certain house and hitting switches. Now she's a gangster rolling with gangster system. Always smoking drugs and getting drunk. Telling me sad stories. Now she only talking with the phone. Stressing how hardcore and real she is. She was really the realest before she got in the show. Cause I did not just to say my name, but I'm committed. But so many to get it that she just like the name that don't. I see some people take it to the floor, but I'm gonna take it to the try. Catch your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't try. Catch your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Now here's a story about a woman with dreams, so picture perfect, 13 and ebony queen. Beneath the surface, it was more than just a good style. Nobody couple bicycles, so it took a while. I could see a tear fall slow down a black Jeep, shedding quiet tears in the backseat. So when she asked me, what would you do if it was you? Couldn't answer such a horrible pain to live through. I tried to trade places in the tragedy. I couldn't picture 3 graves and grabbing me. But just the moment I was trapped in the pain, you'll come and take the before you been violated. They chased and they guilty, even though it wasn't me. I could feel the grief thinking with your brain fall. That will make the pain go no. You gotta find a way to survive to make way till your soul dies. Baby, please don't cry. You gotta keep your head up, even when the road is hard. Never give up, baby, don't cry. You got to keep your head up, even when the road is hard. Never give up, baby, don't cry. You got your head up, even when the road is hard. Never give up, baby, don't cry. You got your head up, even when the road is hard. Never give up, baby, don't cry. Hit him, girl, hit him. He ain't never changed. I ain't no hater, but that nigga lost in the game. After the bright lights, big things, probably beat up, but he ain't up with the struggle. Any day, his mind on getting more. And every feelings, it takes millions to show. I'm now about to have a baby. Another wild ass nigga that's so right crazy. You got too much more living to do. Finish for you, cause you deserve more than what he giving to you. Beautiful black, precious, complicated, and woman in the I see, got them all stuck, stand still when she come through. Maybe take a little more time, love to find you, and show us some time to somebody other than me. Go get you everything you need. Baby, don't cry, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, keep your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, get your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. Got your head up, you know the world is hard. Never give up, baby, don't cry. I'm trying to do all that I can from jump. Now you losing, you the truth and the wrong man. Fuck the wrong man. Was young and beautiful, lost and turned out. But you let that again do to you. I knew it's been elementary. explore history. Won't be a note and crayon one to get with me. Little kids, that's got 3 kids. They see their father ain't changed.
They don't know who he is.
Last night, homie roll an E-class, man teased in the past, still a deadbeat cash.
Again, having some food. Nothing really I could do.
17 with 3 kids, locked down for life. Should have told me, you fucked up these more from the pressure. Hell nah, I won't lie. Baby, don't cry. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. Got to keep your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. Got your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. Got your head up.
The Lupe Fiasco right here for the listeners. Classic song right here by my man Lupe. Shout out to Chi-Town. Hope you're tuning in, listening in to the power station. 1st and 15th. What up, Lupe?
And this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. First got it when he was 6. Didn't know any tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on him slip.
Landed on his hip and busted the slip.
For a week he had to talk with a list like this. Now we can hear the story
Right here.
Boy, sure he didn't quit.
It was something in the air.
Yeah. He said it was something so appealing, he couldn't fight the feeling, something about it, he knew he couldn't doubt it, he couldn't understand it, he planned it, since the first kick flip, he landed, labeled a misfit, a bandit, his neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the pump, started in the morning, wouldn't stop after dark, yeah, when they said it's getting late in here, so I'm sorry young man, there's no skating here, so we can't push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast, and away he rolled, just a rebel to the world with no place to go, and so we can't push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be, so let's kick, and push, and coast. My man got a little older, became a better roller. Yeah, no helmet, hell bent on killing himself, is what his mama said. But he was feeling himself, got a little more
Swagger in his style.
Met his girlfriend, she was clapping in the crowd. Love is what was happening to him now. He said I would marry you, but I'm engaged to these aerials and burials, and I don't think this ball is strong enough to carry two. She said, "Bam, I weigh 120 pounds. Now, let me make one thing clear. I don't need to ride yours, I got mine right here." So she took him to a spot he didn't know about. Something on in the parking lot. She said, "I don't normally take dates in here." Security came and said, "I'm sorry, there's no skating here." So they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just lovers intertwined with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel, looking for a place to be. So let's kick, and push, and coast. Yeah, it's like it, yeah. Yeah, before he knew he had a crew, there wasn't no punk, and they spit fire shirts and SB dunks, they would push till they couldn't skate no more. Office building lobbies wasn't safe no more, and it wasn't like they wasn't getting chased no more. Just the freedom was better than breathing, they said. An escape route they used to escape out when things got crazy. They needed to break out. They had to any place with stairs, any good rhymes, the world was theirs. And they 4 wheels would take them there until the cops came and said, "There's no skating in here." So they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just rebels without a cause with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come roll with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push and coast. It's like it.
Kick push right there from my main man Lupe Fiasco. He always dropping those Jews right there. Good knowledge, wisdom for the soul, straight from Chi-Town. Big ups to Lupe. Yeah, if you got a kick push today on this Friday, whether you're driving home from work, picking up kids, or doing whatever you got to do to clock in, make that paper, do whatever you need to do for your family. You make sure you kicking, pushing through. And this next song right here is by my main man, Talib Kweli, straight from Brooklyn. And that's Everything Man. We got a bunch of Everything Man out here in Houston, man. Y'all guys be working, putting in hours, double, triple overtime. I see Houston, all right, making it big, doing it big right here in the hip hop scene, everything. Make sure y'all staying tuned in the Ball and Parlay every Tuesdays at 8 with my man DJ Nightcap and Zeke Bobby, bringing in a good local hip hop right here in Houston. But we gonna keep it up. For those Everything Men out there, keep working. He's your main man, Talib Kweli, right here on Power 101.5.
I don't remember the first time I heard it. I don't remember what I was doing. There were no remember witnesses to my doings. But it seems like I've known him forever. He who has moved through mornings and midnights, through deaths and dawns, to document our wrongs, our love, our lives. Listen to his exact things, strumming lips from clouds. Listen, a man always punctual with his mouth. Listen to his revolution of syllables, scooping lightning from his pores, keeping time with his hurricane beat, asking us to pick ourselves up and become thunder.
And lightning, baby. What up, Talib?
Yeah, they say you can't please everybody. Let's go. Yeah. Hey, they know what that sound like? Feel the heartbeat on your eardrum. We got a new heartbeat. Feel the heartbeat on your eardrum. We got a new heartbeat. Yo, what becomes of a dream deferred that never makes it to the world to be seen or heard, to be breathed? Still got a heartbeat. Is it alive to believe? Only to become a star in the sky.
I believe. Matter of fact, I know it ain't my full potential.
Only using 10%
of my mental and instrumentals.
But incidentally, my energy heavily. Can he be so ill? There ain't no pill on the remedy. The maker of memories possess the recipe to your fate. Make no mistake, there ain't no escaping your destiny, especially when death to us part like
Red and brains.
I'll be here forever. Put that on everything.
Yeah, that's for them Everything Man out there, always doing their work.
Your alpha and your omega, your beginning and your end, your father, your brother, your lover, your friend, your blood and your vein, your spill and runs in the drain, that's right the flow, one and the same, joy and pain, my name, burner that destroyed a toy in the train, all city, all night, I'm enjoying the fame, I'm a hustler, I'm a gangster and a rebel with the rank of a general, in the battle between God and the devil, I lay claim to your spirit, your religion,
Your release system.
through your hit in your kitchen and your belief picture. Was keep professional in every position. The man in your dreams and your nightmares, the man in your vision to his
Right clear, like right here. Yeah, keep it right here.
I get too hot.
Stay cooler than the night air.
I try to fit it in the same rhyme. Realize I kept everything to everyone
At the same time. Yo, what up to Talib? Brooklyn. We in H-Town. Representing the 504 with your main man, 13.
KHSS Power 101.5.
All right, that was my main man right there, Talib Kweli, representing Brooklyn. Hip Hop Power Hour right here on your power station, KHSX 101.5. This is how we rolling in on this beautiful Friday. Make sure y'all keeping it tuned in. This is your power station, KHSX.
KHSS Power 101.5. And we'll be right. KHSS Power 101.5.
When I'm in Houston, you know I'm jamming the favorite.
What up, though, man? It's DJ Nightcap, and you were tuned in to Power 101.5 FM KHSX. Y'all need to come catch a vibe.
Has dado el primer paso y dejaste de fumar, pero hasta los exfumadores todavía pueden correr el riesgo del cáncer de pulmón. Salvatupulmón.org te informa que ahora hay una nueva tomografía de baja dosis que puede detectar el cáncer de pulmón temprano. Solo toma 60 segundos y podría salvarte. Has dado el primer paso. Ahora da el siguiente. Visita salvatupulmón.org para un cuestionario simple para ver si eres elegible para la tomografía y habla con tu doctor. Salvatupulmón.org es presentada por la iniciativa Non-First de la Asociación Americana de Pulmón y la Council.
Support for KHSX, Power 101.5 FM Houston, is brought to you by Logistical Concepts LLC, building self-esteem, self-image, and self-confidence.
You're listening to Power 101.5 KHSX LPFM, Houston, Texas.
Rich is just a really, really, really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range, which puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll in the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good.
Keep it tuned in. We're on a slight commercial break. We'll be right back. Hope my guys, live. It's your main man, 13th Disciple. Bringing you some good hip-hop vibes on this Friday. What up, what up, what up, what up? H-Town, it's your main man, 13th Disciple, right here on the ones and twos. You're kicking in and you're rocking with the best on your power station. What's up? If you want to hit me up, you can hit me on that power line if you want to. Chime in and whatever music you want to hear from a good hip-hop artist nowadays, let me know. Got the number right there on the screen, 832-925-7340. You can call the station. You got a good local artist you want to hear some good, clean hip-hop stuff, man, drop the name. I try to find a good song by him. Yeah, but this I'll be rocking on these Fridays, man. A lot of stuff going on in the world today. Just trying to drop a little bit of encouragement right here for my listeners and my audience out there. Make sure you're tuning in, you're rocking with the best. This track is a nice track. I love the main man, Night Wonder, always dropping some heat. Him and little brother, North Carolina, representing. Eight 832-925-7340. You want to hear a nice track? Drop a line for me. Let me know, or follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We on Twitch and YouTube. Just look up KHSX Power 101.5. We should pop up real quick. Eight 832-925-7340. What's up, Houston, on this drive home? It's your main man, 13th Disciple. We straight kicking it on this Friday. Hoping you have a good one, getting ready for a weekend. Summer coming up pretty soon. Hope you're going to try to enjoy it. The last joint is by Talib Kweli. Everything, man. It's all my people who like to work, getting in them hours, taking care of their families, doing the right kind of things, man, being who God made you to be. That's what it's all about. All right, going into this next song. Another East Coast legend right here. We got my main man, DMX. Dropped on his Year of the Dog album again, man. I love that album. I used to catch the bus going to work on that album, man. and truly enjoyed it. Here's Lord, Give Me a Sign right here by DMX.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises against me, judgment thou shalt condemn.
What up, Instagram? Hope you're checking us out. My main man DMX. Lord, give me a sign.
Lord, give me a sign. I really need to talk to you, Lord. Since the last time we talked, the walk has been hard. Now I know you haven't met me, but I feel like I'm alone. I'm a big boy now, but I'm still not grown, and I'm still going through it like pain and a hurt. Soaking up trouble like rain in the dirt. And I know only I can stop the rain with just a mention of my Savior's name. In the name of Jesus, devil, I rebuke you for what I go through and trying to make me do what I used to. It all that stops right here. As long as the Lord's in my life, I will have no fear. I will know no pain from the light to the dark. No shame, spirit right from the heart. Till it's right from the start. You held me down and nothing can tell me now. Lord, give me a sign. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what I'm gonna find. It's all the time. Show me how to teach the mind. Show me how to reach the blind. Lord, give me a sign. Show me what I got to do to bring me closer to you. Cause I'ma go through whatever you want me to. Just let me know what to do. Lord, give me a sign. Show me something. I'm tired of talking to him, knowing he fucking drives out life ain't nothing. You either be the one that you trap or the one getting. I'm trapped in your own mind, waiting on the Lord. I'm fighting with the word that cuts like a sword. The spoken word is stronger than the strongest man. Carries the whole world around strongest hand. With the trials and tribulations, you never let us down, Jesus. I know you're here with us now, Jesus. I know you're still with us now. Keep it real with us now. I'm in the field, show me how. Please let me take your hand. Guide me. I walk sober, stay right beside me. Devil trying to find me. Hide me. Hold up, I take that back. Protect me and give me the strength to fight back. Give me a sign. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what I'm gonna find. It's all the time. Show me how to teach the mind. Show me how to reach the blind. Lord, give me a sign. Show me what I got to do to bring me closer to you. Cause I'ma go through whatever you want me to.
Tell him
Let
that.
me know what to do. Lord, give me a sign.
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna get because I tried. I won't get until I die. I'm gonna make it wrong, alright. Yeah, make it through the darkest night. Yeah, in the morning comes you'll see it. All I have is God and Jesus. No weapon from against me shall prosper. Please, Lord, give me a sign. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what I'm gonna find. It's all the time. Show me how to teach the mind. Show me how to reach the blind. Lord, give me a sign. Show me what I got to do to bring me closer to you. Cause I'ma go through whatever you want me to. Just let me know what to do. Lord, give me a sign.
Yeah. My main man DMX, but Lord, give me a sign. Here's my next joint. CL Smooth. Pete Rock. It's the joint right here. I used to rock this in my headphones. My mom bought me a little Walkman with the headphones, man. I used to put my hat on, cut the grass, walk around the corner to the store, and rock this song. Big ups. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Mecca and the Soul Brothers, the album. Right here on your power station, KHSX, 101.5 FM.
Reminisce for a spell, or shall I say, think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October, like toast. When my granddaddy came sober, get all the fingers in the toes. Now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. Yeah, 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got things with the girl of drama. They say my parenthood there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl, let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep working. Still he won't dare you, but tear out your hide. On your side while the baby make a slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive over negative, for the woman a master. For the queens rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell you what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my dog. So cool getting taking care of this. So who am I to pick up? Not a bad tick up on a rocket pop slimmer, but you can never say that it's like this. Look, 5 kids and 21, believe you got a right to. Here we go while I check the scene with the Portuguese mother at the age of 14. The same age, front page, no fuss, but I bet you all you know they live longer than us. Never been seen out, that's where you're wrong. But give a man a taste, then he's gone. Not no sleep to a jazz tune. I can hear his head banging on the wall in the next room. I get the pillow and hope I don't wake him. This man the cuss, hear it on the verbatim, telling me how to raise my boy unless he's taking over. I said, Pop,
Even when you're older.
we laugh all night about the hookers at the party. My old man standing yelling, good God Almighty. Use your kind of take sips of the blue. Where they reminisce over you, for real. For real. Coming at you. Sliding through. I reminisce so you never forget this. The days of way back, so many bear witness the fitness. Take the first letter out of each word in this joint. Listen close as I
Prove my point.
T to the R, the whole ride. How did you and I meet from the big roots fighting in the street? But only you saw what took many time to see. I dedicate this to you for believing in me. Rain or shine, yes, in any weather. And where my Pam holds the family together. My Uncle Doc's the greatest, better get the latest. If we're talking about a car, look for sure I got the latest. Trying to be live, cause I got no choice. And my whole business like my aunt Joyce. So keep rocking.
What's up?
No respect you.
I'll put you online, man. Just talk a little bit about right? Tune in on Facebook Live. I can tag you in and everything else. I'm doing something. He's trying something. Little streams on stuff. All right, hold on.
Yeah, baby boy.
Pete Rock, CL Smooth, some good hip hop right there, man. This my main man had to come back to that Common Like Water for Chocolate album. Straight food for the soul right here. Nourishment, baby. Straight from the Father, man. That's how it be. My man Common. Yeah.
Yo. Second, exciting, enlightening, inviting. I'm right that I feel. Raps of black still in the hour of devotion, emotion, of calm. It's like that of an ocean devotion, cause I'm the earth, wind, and fire. A hip hop, I rock, killing short. I've been inspired by Knox and Fire. Minister cats for 17s, 10. Time is money, the mind is funny. How it's spent on getting it. I'm sitting with the descendants of Abraham. You say the jam is money, cash holes. I went from bashful to international. Love herself. Word of mother on my last record cover is felt. Now deal with it. I'm gonna get into it. Let's do this. I wanna see you move it. So move it. So let's just get into it. Let's do this. Can you feel the music? The music. Can you feel the music? Second, in this never-ending battle to please. Magazine writers and scenes who request hot.
I'll freeze.
And tell them what I was wrong.
We always said cold.
Hold your horses and your carriages. It's never with gold. Rock shows caroling. You're not gonna respect self. Please respect the heritage. Affecting lives is where the wealth and the merit is. I realize when I portray day to day, I gotta carry this. The beast rhymes with life is where the marriage is. Had dreams. R&B bars that came true. Journalists I rap shared the same view. Picked up a fallen angel on the path that I MC. Familiar voice come to find out that
Amy was me.
some say you changed, Rashi. Times are we still close. I rhyme far away. But you accustomed to hearing every day. You know the dope chopping, gun popping, homies dying. I'm amongst it. Say the war stories from Private Ryan. I wanna see you do it. Yeah.
smile, children laugh, men dance. I refuse to lose self and trying to win fans over. Weight on my shoulder fluctuates like Oprah's. My refrigerator poetry's magnetic like Ultra. You couldn't hang if you was a poster. Posing like for exposure. It's rumors and seeds, just don't come around, eat with it. You still rock the hickeys, don't let me find out who did it. Got my eyes on the tiger, eyes on the prize, eyes on the thighs. But Mary J. Blige, imagine how good the cat must be. Stop eating meat, lost weight, but I still rap husky. My first step is like that of a baby's first step. Or the old lady who died in the nurse swept. I flow like Kirsten, right you and yours to my openness. Shows allow me to cop range like a vocalist. But man does not live on bread alone. What good is arranged when it's time to head home? Cold-blooded album right there with my man Common. Representing the Chi-Town again. It's good hip-hop food for the soul. But man cannot live on bread alone. I hear you, Common. Got a special guest holding on the line. Somebody want to talk a little hip hop right here on Power Station. It's your Hip Hop Power Hour, KHSX 101.5 FM. That's how we rocking right here, baby, every Friday. Yeah, let's get a nice little lady on the doggone music now. Muhammadia. It's 1996. On that Collage album. I'm jamming this in my headphones all day at lunchtime. Here we go.
With your crew, looking sweet enough to chew with them same eyes like the blue. Roughneck manner is some fly disposition. Your eyes like tennis, walk me like Madison. My mission is getting into you like a religion. My woman's intuition tells me Cupid's arrow sitting. You're that punch with the glass slipper that my foot could fit in. This feeling that I have is never ending. I'm sending my love like to lay up in the box with the bow up on the top. Cause for you I got the hot, so please accept these words that I possess them like the nails in distress and pursue the happiness I possess. I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back the spirit for so long. And if you like I feel, baby, come on, oh, come on. Making you made with master pill that stands across the globe by the mills. And still I picked you like a daffodil. Force you draw me like magnetic clothes that give my body chills. Reserve my chocolate pies and it's a thrill. You say the when you sway my way, I get the sudden rush that entices me not to keep it on the hush hush. One time girl times lust equals us, and you can count on that like you would an uppercut. So bust the equation, baby, for some face in the fact that I only think of you on two occasions. But I'm a max once I get this off my chest, and just let nature do the rest. I confess, I've been really trying, baby.
It's Muhammadia right here with I Confess, 1996 album. Go copy it or download it.
I wanna be down like Randy with you, handy for the duration. Engage in electric relaxation. Build a conversation, probe your intellect. Put your manhood to the test, but not just the physical. The individualist with the facts to your heart. I want to capture. I'm open like the space that master experience. Truly do it to this. Every little move you make it. My word is wrong, but I can go on and on, throwing hands the knowledge shit. You should be celebrating life with me. So instead, I felt it best if I just stood and represent you in the flesh that I confess.
You just made the net to the new Power 101.5 KHSX Houston. KHSX is Power 101.5. KHSX is
Come aboard on the gospel voyage and be blessed right here on KHSX, Power 101.5 FM.
Estos son los sonidos de una cena. Pero no es cualquier cena. Es una cena que casi no sucedió. Porque sin comida no hay cena. Esta es una cena que hemos servido gracias a personas como tú. Debido a la crisis actual, 50 millones de personas pueden vivir con hambre este año. Feeding America está ayudando a nuestros vecinos que más lo necesitan. Y si quieres, tú puedes ayudar también. Para aprender cómo puedes ayudar, visita feedingamerica.org/en-español. En nombre de Feeding America y familias en todo el país, gracias. Patrocinado por el Ad Council y Feeding America, la fuerza de 200 bancos de alimentos.
What's good? It's the girl DJ Callie Royce. I'm tapped in with KHSX Power 101.5 FM.
Hey, singing can help you remember things. So here's some tips for parents out there during these tough times. Number 1, make sure your kids wash their hands for 20 seconds after they coughed or sneezed or been outside. 2, virtual play dates. Social and physical distancing can help save lives. Tell them they're safe and show your love and pride. We'll get through this together. Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council. I live in Queens. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow up. But not every child can just start classes in 3 months. There will be 13 million kids in the United States. That's 1 in 6. School lunch may be their only meal each day. It's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about what it to you. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality. Each year, the Feeding America Network of food banks rescue billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. People should never be inspired. You can help any child in hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Support for KHSX Power 101.5 FM radio comes from listeners like you. To support, visit www.khsxradio.net. Our number is 713-714-8573. Remember, your support
KHSX Power 101.5.
All right, welcome back. This is your KHSX Hip Hop Power Hour right here on your Fiesta Fridays, where we like to kick. We got a special guest on the phone. We want to bring him in, talk a little bit of hip hop right here. It's your Power Station 101.5 every Fridays at 7. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We streaming live, and you can catch us on TuneIn. If you're making sure you're listening to us, just download the TuneIn app and Google KHSX Power 101.5 TuneIn, and you can tune in right there for us. We got on the phone right now with my main man. I'm a huge fan of him. Always putting out some good content, good spiritual vibe music, good music for the soul, and also for our community, our culture. all the time. On the line, we got my main man. I'm a great fan. Make sure you download all his music. We're going to get to that in a second. But we got Box Midland on the phone. What up, Box?
Whoa, what's down with you?
Man, we chilling right here in H-Town, man. Where you calling in from tonight, brother?
Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right, Charlotte, North Carolina. Where you originally from, Box?
Originally from New York, Graphic Board, West Bank.
Okay, so you got a huge transition, man. Huge jump, man. Give me a little background story, about a minute snippet of how you get way to the North Cackalack. That's what they call it out there, right?
Yeah, North Cack, North Cack, South Cack, mostly learned, talked about it, Carolina. But I've been out here, 14 and a half years, almost 15 years. Rich been from New Orleans. One of the people come from Hurricane Katrina, came up here since then, got up here, started graduating a little green, so I stayed, evolved, become a grown man, husband, father, entrepreneur, So basically up here now, just putting down roots, that's all.
Yeah, definitely. Roots gonna grow, man. As long as we cultivate our garden, man, and we nurture those seeds, man, and continue to plant them and do the little things we need to do. They always gonna grow, planting them seeds, man. You say you got seeds, man. How many kids you got?
Got 5 kids.
5 kids, man. Them seeds need to be nurtured all the time. I know they eat a lot, like to play, do a lot of things, man. That's a lot of roles, man. A lot of hats you wearing and juggling, man. How you still maintain that and keep your composure and keep that drive in the music industry?
Got no other choice. I'm built from it. I come from it. Anything in life that you want real bad, you have to put a lot of effort into it. It got to be a lot of tenacity. You got to have that willpower. You got to keep going. And especially in these times, anything you want, you got to go extra hard because nothing is given.
Right. Some things we got to take sometimes too.
Yeah. Most definitely. That's how you got to approach life. Like a lot of things shouldn't have been awarded to me if you go through the regular aspects of what's out here for you in Western society. So a lot of my hardships, a lot of my ups, a lot of my downs, look to my history and understand who I am. A lot of people would say I defied a lot of odds, and a lot of those things was me rising up to the occasion and taking my rightful place in certain situations. Yeah,
and defying them odds, man. It's kind of who we are as a culture, as an ethnicity, and as a race, man. It seems that we got to work extra hard and twice as much. I'm gonna play, all the time. I'm gonna play a song a little bit later, man, where they said, I'm gonna drop it a little bit later, and I'm gonna kind of recap and talk about it, man. But I'll let you know in a second. But sometimes it's a maybe what we get, and it's not always a yes, and we got to fight those struggles, man. And teach that and pass it on to the youth and our siblings and everybody we care about and love, So, yeah, I definitely feel you on that, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. So tell us where we can find your music, man, and what's going on nowadays as far as the music industry on the East Coast, man. I know growing up in the 90s, listening to some of the songs that I'm playing on the KHSX Power Hour right here on 101.5 FM, man, we listen to certain characteristics of music that we enjoy coming up that we don't really hear nowadays. So how do you bridge that gap, and who do you listen to right now?
Oh, wow. That's a multi-layered question. All right, so basically, really, what's going on in the East Coast, the music is basically what's going on down south, what's going on the West Coast, what's going on worldwide. It's just everybody really just getting their art out there. So many avenues now. And I remember making music. I got a song that never even been released yet. One day it will be released, where I was speaking on this. This was like 10 years ago, about when we'll get to that point to where how it would just be able to just get our music out there, other than just one couple avenues online. Now it's so many ways for you as an artist to really get things out there, get everything popping, everything moving. You see what I mean? So as far as with the East Coast, like I said, it's the same thing going on everywhere in the whole country. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I mean it's more independent. We saw the in the New Orleans area, you got, Master P, Cash Money Records, and the independent movie kind of jumped off from there, from actually being signed to a label and that transition the last 20, 30 years, man. And you know, and sometimes you get the good, I don't want to say with the bad, but maybe the less skilled people can also put an album out there and make it lead. So how is that marketing so important? Even if you have to be that talented nowadays.
I know you really don't have to be talented. Like you can put it like everybody has stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that everybody can speak for their genre of people. The only thing is what I look at it as too, as far as on a mass scale, when you look at it from a nationwide level or having a machine to back you, it's a certain type of agenda that's being out there. It's not a certain type of information they want to get out there, or a certain type of look, or a certain type of quote-unquote image that's not going to be promoted. And we all know that. So that's basically what you see on that level. But it's just that you have to basically dig deeper to find the content that you're really looking for. The only bad thing about it is, on the flip side, is when you're an adult and you really want contemporary type music, who really has time in the span of a day when you have a family to go say, I'm going to go support this artist, I'm going to go to all their shows, I'm going to go buy all their merch, I'm going to be able to look for them online, look at their videos. Right. Nobody has free time like that. Right. So that's the only downside of it is when you're an adult still doing hip hop and don't have a major machine behind you, is just trying to really cultivate your audience. So all these different little avenues that they have now, whether it be social media, whether it's having your own online presence, website, whether it's still grassroots type marketing, being in the street, touching the people, that's the way you have to do it. You gotta try to cultivate and build a fan base. Right. And then you gotta also look at it. Sometimes it may be really lucrative, and then other times it may not be. You know, so it's kind of trying to put a balance on things, you know, and then understanding. And I do understand a lot of the younger music as well, because the content is still there as far as what they're talking about. Uh-huh. I ain't saying the substance, I'm saying the content. Because when we all come from the hood, we all know those same trials, those same tribulations, those same things they go through. It's still there. It's the same thing that some of us as artists, before getting into our transition or our evolution of growing into different content and different subject matter, it's the same stuff that's still there. It's just that it's not on a majority of it is not on an intellectual type level. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's not no more saying that, okay, I'm going to do it at my highest self. Because even if you take it and look at sports nowadays, a kid get a trophy for losing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of somebody saying, look, man, you play good, you can do better, but winners only get trophies. Right. You can't get a trophy because you didn't win. And that's what we see in every level of competition, in every level of evolution. What it does, it creates a niche market, or it creates a certain type of monopoly, or a certain type of elite kind. And when you're doing that, mixing it in with the backing of a machine, there you go. You see what I'm saying? So right. Now if you are an elite level, you have to team up with those elite type people, even if that's not your flavor. You might be red Kool-Aid, they might be orange Kool-Aid. Right. You see what I'm saying? You don't mix together. But yet they'll want you to align with these certain people that may not even be your purpose and your cause. Right. To align with certain type of people. You know what I mean? Right. So you have to try to navigate through this as much as you can. And I've gotten to the point where I say, okay, I can make a little money off it. I can fuel it as best as I can, but will I be a time capsule? You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times that's what we have to become as musicians to say, can and will I be a time capsule? Because somebody's going to revisit what you're doing. Exactly. Somebody's going to revisit what you're doing. If it's out there for the world, somebody's going to stumble across it. Because this being now, people stumble across. People just now stumble across my music I put out in 2003. Right. And finally getting certain metaphors I said, certain entendres I spit. They're like, whoa, man, I'm just getting it. And I'm like, well, that's what's up. That's dope. So imagine your grandkids opening a time capsule, or they're going on. Imagine how endless the internet would be in 20 years. And you got your grandkids going on there, and they run across, oh, there goes my grandpa. Right. And then they pull up their grandpa, and they like, whoa. And their friends say, that was your grandpa? Yeah, you know, so that's how I'm starting to look at it as a thing when it comes to hip hop. Of course, it's a business. Of course, 100% be on your business. 100% make sure your catalog, publishing, etc. together, because you never know when those big checks come. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had some big checks and I've had some small checks. You know what I'm saying? So you always have everything in order. But just all in a nutshell, when it comes to maneuvering through this game and trying to stay level, you just got to continue to do you. Because there's 8 billion people in this world. Somebody like what you do.
Right. Definitely, definitely. And Andre 3000, I saw something he posted before, talked about, how the evolution of hip hop is happening. And although we might not enjoy the substance of what we're hearing, but I mean, the evolution is going to happen regardless, And
yeah, it's always going to happen. And even about it, like even when you look at it like this, right? Like some of the stuff we're hearing is not bad per se. It's just not good per se.
Right.
Or shall I say great. You see what I'm saying? Like you see the potential in it, but it's like, okay, how can I perfect it? But then you do see the ones who are doing with the sonic sounds of today at an even level.
Right.
They have certain ones also, whether mainstream or underground or independent. Because you got the underground, which is independent, then you got the underground.
Right.
Super independent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us that are really doing a lot of things at elite level with everybody haven't even got a chance to see or hear.
Mm-hmm.
We're underground.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of us are elite really at what we're doing and what's prevalent now is new now. What was new back then was considered golden era type hip hop, was considered whatever type of hip hop, whatever type of genre or subculture of hip hop you want to name it. It's a lot of us doing it at an elite level. You know what's going on now, but it's just not, you're not in that space. You're not rubbing shoulders with those people, or if you're rubbing shoulders with those people, you're not the one they're trying to put in position either.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's deep. That's deep. Definitely that's deep, man. And just speaking of the people, man, who you doing some work with out there in North Carolina, man? I heard some of the older music you have. Some good, I mean, you got some good content, some good music, good balance of what you like hearing on the streets, but also, man, some good sway summer music too. We got summer coming up, and and some of your older albums, man, I still rock to this day, man. Who you doing some work with right now there in North Carolina?
As far as North Carolina, just coming off the pandemic, I haven't been making any music here with nobody in North Carolina. For real. I just poked my head out a couple times, went to a couple of shows, but there's a few people in here I will be doing stuff with real soon from North Carolina. It's a few guys. You got one guy like Faith, he's really dope. It's a few other people that I'm really paying attention to here in North Carolina that I'm gonna be doing stuff with soon. But most of the stuff I'm trying to get out the way is the Four Horsemen stuff that's what I'm really working on now. I've been doing a lot of mixing on that and getting it together. We dropped the EP with that, dropped the single with that as well.
What can we find? What can we find in music at?
Everywhere. 4horsemen.com. 4, the number 4, GRORHORSM 3N.com, or you could just Google Box of Million Exit Only, Slick Double, or Lord Nexus, and you can find that anywhere. You can go to my website, boxofmillion.com. It's linked to 4horsemen.com. It's linked to everywhere. That's everywhere, streaming everywhere. So that's what I'm working on now. That's basically a project within itself. And when we say a project, it's like a single EP. It's going to be more singles, more EPs, and we get an LP together. And it's basically a concept piece that is for a time capsule. We started putting it together during the pandemic, and we're going to continue to do it. It's going to be something that everybody can revisit and also be a remembrance of what's going on in the world at this particular time, and speaking it from the hip-hop culture standpoint and viewpoint and our perspective versus the spin that we're going to see on history in 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, a lot. I mean, we're just these last 3 or 4 years, man, it's been some turmoil, and historically, I want to read, and my kids, my youngest is 10, so 10 years from now, when she in college, I'm gonna say, girl, let me see that history book. Let me see what's in that college book right now. What they lying about? What falsified? Yeah, what propaganda they spitting through this doggone textbook now?
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically what the Four Horsemen project is about. So that's getting that underway. Then I got some other things I'm working on that. I'm trying to keep under wraps more so because it's going to be like a surprise type element that I'm doing. And also, I've been just really, I'm going to revisit once we wrap up a lot of the Four Horsemen stuff as well, taking a lot of my time with the engineering on that, production, post-production. So once I'm finished with that, I'm going to revisit, continue doing the box equal MC squared. That's just me going to be, and on each song, I'm going to be featuring artists. There'll probably be like 30 songs dealing with all the underground independent cats that I know that I'm fans of, that I need to get a lot of my features done with. You know, so that's something I'm definitely working on. Myself, I'm producing that along with MT and Gills. We're going to be putting that together and just bringing a collective three-headed monster to say, okay, let's put together a dope, boom, pap, soulful type. That's the type of tracks that we're focusing on, the type of vibe. I'm going to get to working on that. Don't know when that's going to come out, but I'm definitely getting back to working on that once we wrap up the Four Horsemen, because that's going to take up a lot of my time. It's another EP I'm working on for something specific, and it's going to be pretty much like a surprise that I'm going to be doing soon. And then most importantly, working on 2 other joint projects. Just like I said, most importantly, one with Ice Mike. Man, Ice Mike, the legendary Ice Mike from New Orleans, one of the first real independent artists in the South, period. We working on a joint album together, just bouncing around. We've been doing it for years, but now it's getting closer and closer to us. Gonna put together an actual album, drop it, put it out. And then also something under wraps, don't know when it's gonna come out, but just completed all my 10 verses of Q hooks for a joint project I've been working on a couple of years with my partner Logic from out of LA. Okay. And he's also known as Rapture. So when he get all everything together with that project, he's gonna reach back out to me. And once he reach back out to me, we're gonna basically come up with how we're gonna roll it out and do whatever. So there's a lot of stuff we're working on. It's just that the balance of it all. Right. You got a real life, got 5 kids, your husband, your father, you got a job too, then you gotta keep up with other business things. So it's a lot going on, but I'm excited about it. As long as I have rep in my lungs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right. That's what. Yeah, that's. I just played that song by Talib Kweli. It's called Everything Man, and you fit that mold, brother. I'm bro, man. I appreciate that. You fit that mold. I try, man. Sometimes I just feel like there's so much I have to make up for. Like a lot of the stuff that people put out there, a lot of stuff that people portray or people become. I was that. Right. And I was that young. So it's a lot of gaps in my life that I missed, a lot of marks that I missed, a lot of things I couldn't do. And then when real life hit, I had no time to just breathe. You know what I mean? Right. Like when everything happened to me from being in the streets, I had to become a grown man so fast. You know, when you're running the streets and you're young, and especially in New Orleans, you adopt so many adult ways. But then when you're thrust into them adult situations and then you have to become an adult, usually at some point in somewhere in your life you get a chance to breathe, but I never got my chance to breathe. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because Katrina hit. And when Katrina hit, I got to go 1,000 miles to a different state. I get to a different state, I don't have anywhere to live. Right. So now I got to adjust and say I got to become a grown man. I got to work a job. I got to do this. I got to do that. And I never even got a chance to be a teenager. I don't even know what prom should like. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that. You know, I went to prison when I was 16. So it's a lot of factors in my life I had to adjust. I had to just move. Right. So that made me an everything man. That made me a Renaissance type guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working towards being the 50-year-old guy that can finally say, okay, I can breathe. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because coming from where we come from, 50 you look at as old. But in reality, in real life, you taking care of yourself and doing what you're supposed to do, 50 is still young. So hopefully I can be that guy that can finally breathe at 50. So in these 10-year spans where I'm at right now, I'm in a good place. You know what I mean? I'm in a very good place. And there's a lot of things I want to accomplish. There's a lot of things I want to do. And I'm finally in a space to do it, you know? And to be honest, the pandemic kind of put me there. Right before the pandemic, I got sick. I didn't know it was wrong. Got really on a health kick before the pandemic. And 3 weeks before the pandemic, I got surgery. I had a tumor ticket for my child. I thought it was cancer. It turned out not cancer. Right. So that put me in a trajectory to start getting myself together and just being home, being around my wife, being around my kids, looking at life differently. So as I began to look at life differently, I've been home for 3 years, switched different jobs. Everything kind of started slowing up with the music. I'm not moving around, ripping and running as much. So I was just like, you know what? I like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can appreciate this. I'm in a good place. I'm worrying about so much, and trying to do so much, and thinking I have to be so much when I already got it.
Right.
There's certain things that everybody's looking for in life. I got it all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just had to switch my perspective the way I was looking at life. So when I started approaching it that way and started understanding it, I already knew my purpose. I was blessed with the parents I had to let us know about leading a purposeful life since we were born.
Right.
So I already knew my purpose. But now it's like, okay, walking. Everything you chasing, everything you learn about, and when you're able to really see it from an outsider's perspective instead of staying in it, when everybody's chasing, it may not be all the shiny bells and whistles and glitter and gold as it's put out there as, but you got what everybody's chasing for right there.
Right there.
You own everything. Everybody's screaming ownership, everybody's screaming, you gotta control your career and everything. You've been doing it your whole almost 30 years of your life.
Right.
You've been doing it. Everybody's saying, man, you gotta have the downright chips. You got it. Everybody gotta say you gotta be a great father. You got it. Everybody gotta say you gotta own it. You got it. It might not look like they did a look, but you got it.
Right.
So accept that, roll with it, see it, make it grow. You got everything you need. You got all the things. Make it grow. And so the pandemic put me in that kind of perspective. I said, okay, now I'm just going to take what I have, make it grow, and also steer my focus into myself. You know what I'm saying? I've been a servant. I've been there for everybody, done everything for everybody. Now it's like, okay, now it's you time. You have to focus on you and do what you got to do for yourself. So that's kind of where I'm at now. And it's great. I can't complain, man. Is it easy? No. But I don't want nothing in life easy.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. If it's easy, yeah. Right. Everybody can do it.
Easy. My eyebrows don't raise up. You know?
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Tell us where to find your music one more time, man. And we chopping it up with Boxing Million Dawn to Dawn right here, man. Tell us where we can find your music, brother.
Everywhere, man. BoxingMillion.com. BoxingMillion.com. I'm on all streaming services, YouTube, everywhere. If you Google me, I take up the first 5 pages of the tool. So I'm there. I'm around, and it's guaranteed. This music guarantees your love. And just like I said, from the like I just said, from the hip hop perspective, it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your grimy stuff. You're gonna get your street element, and then you're also gonna get the truth. And within that truth, you're gonna get it all. You feel me? That's what's up, man. Well, tell them where they can catch good music right here in Houston, man. Tell them just give me a good drop. Show you right. Power 101.5 FM. All right. That's where you're gonna get it at. Choose your soul, yeah. Straight up. We appreciate you, Boxing Million. Go ahead and introduce this next track, man. We got Common, Black Maybe right here on 101.5. Tell us about it. Well, Black Maybe, what you want me to introduce? Yeah, go introduce this jam. Kind of what we talking about, kind of encapsulates everything that we kind of saying right here. And encompasses all our whole conversations. Black Maybe, featuring Bilal by Common right there. Introduce it from the brother. All right, you the Black Maybe by Common, featuring Bilal, one of the coolest MCs you'll ever hear. That's salute to Common. That's 100%. Yeah. All right, appreciate you, Box. Yeah. All right, one. I'm doing it. Doing 5 things at once. Keep tuning in right here to the Power Station. It's your Hip Hop Power Hour with 13th Disciple. That was my man, Boxing Million. Make sure you follow him on his music. This is Common. It was a Black Baby.
same street that the moment Jackson to get on. Now the wrong breed to storm. Hope is here. It's a ball. We leaning on the wall. That ain't stable. It's hard to turn on the hood that made you. To leave me and praise you. The same streets that raise you can age you. Without the blackbirds in case too. The rage up in Harlem and the South Side. Brothers are stopping with their mouth wide open. Floating across state. Got the workout plan so they can move weight. The fate of the black man, woman, and child. Maybe. Gang games since he used to hoop and tackle. Neither the ghetto nor defenders can travel. The stones on his back and they paddle. He was living a life they couldn't fathom. Colleges get narrow with all type of scholarships. Even if you went, they knew he need college quick. Fuck pros, the one from the hood that was shows. The black rose that grew in the jungle. Alone was stud. Still had rumble in his blood. Women all around giving them tough love. You know the love when you up, they down. Because you rock the ball, they round. The winners they clown. Dudes in the circle, you know. Years shed beers and cheers, but chose different careers. Pavement fame came, they know how to react. The same stuff shot in the back, that's black. Nigga.
Why did they sit with your life? That maybe.
When we talk about Black Navy, we talk about situations for people of color. And because you are that color, you endure obstacles and opposition. Not all the time from other nationalities. Sometimes it comes from your own kind. Your own kind. Or maybe even your own mind.
Maybe even your own mind. It's for the black babies out there who think they can't do something. You can do whatever you put your doggone mind to. Put God first, put the work in, you can get it done. Right here on the Power Station 101.5. It's your main man, 13th Disciple. Yeah.
Struggle just being you. Struggle just being us. Black Navy.
Black baby, can't come around. They don't wanna get you down. No one knows just what's inside. You're listening to Power 101.5 KHSX LPFM, Houston, Texas. KHSX Power 101.5 for a morning.
Journeys every Sunday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Studying from the blood codes and understanding God's revelation and teachings with your host, Pastor Clarence Anthony Jr. That's the studying the fullness of God. The blood codes right here on KHSX. This is Reverend Listener, and you're listening to KHSX. Power 101.5.
What up, though, man? It's DJ Nightcap, and you are tuned in to Power 101.5 FM KHSX. Y'all need to come catch a vibe.
Support for KHSX Power 101.5 FM radio comes from listeners like you. To support, visit www.khssradio.net. Our number is 713-714-8573. Remember, your support for community radio matters.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Me? Text and whatever, just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there. What about jobs?
Keep it tuned in right here on Instagram. It's your main man, 13th Disciple. Talking a little hip hop. Big ups to Box a Million for calling in.
Stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff.
Give us a call in on our power station, 832-925-7340. Let me know what you want to hear. Any good hip hop. We'll close the show out with a couple of good jams coming up. Just keep listening in. Keep tuning in. You're rocking with the best. Show you right.
Donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When we donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that old party with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff to create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. Our mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Our public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Power 101.5, KHSX LPFM, Houston, Texas.
Welcome back to your Hip Hop Power Hour right here. It's your main man, 13th Disciple. We're going to chop it up just a little bit, a couple more minutes long. We're going to go out with a couple of good songs, man. Big ups to Box a Million calling in, man. Give us a little hip hop history, his little background culture, how to find his music. Make sure you follow him. Go check him out right here on your power station, where we make sure we recognize local artists. We try to make sure we recognize all the good people, all the good endeavors that a lot of men do. That Black Maiden song by Common kind of sums it up a little bit, kind of captures what we've been talking about. Make sure we moving forward, trying to be progressive, change lives, sow seeds, cultivate our garden and grow, man. That's what this show all about. Keep tuning in right here to your power station, 101.5 FM. Next song we got coming in, which is a song coming up, man. If I Rule the World by Nas, featuring Lauryn Hill, man. Keep tuning in right here to your power station. We're going to go out right here on your power station, 101.5 FM. This is your main man, 13th Disciple. Peace.
I'm at the smoke weed in the street without cops harassing. Imagine going to court with no trap. Lifestyle cruising with behind the wheel. No welfare supporters. More conscious of the ways I do this. Things are shorter. Nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot. The sun got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They run so wrong eventually. Trooping out of state for a great knowledge. The cook without the dollars. We all have the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing. Fashion designer clothes. Racing to pick up a diamond gold. The people rolling dough. The brothers. Imagine more than all the covers. Just a thought for the mind. I take a glimpse into time. Watch the country. The world is mine. Imagine that.
Huh? You still on?
Carry in the 80s, JVs on the road, and my number and the rest to get the paper on the paper. But now, let me take it to the clean side. Take it complete inside. Open residential practice to invade the air. Hold up a second, son, cause we almost there. You could be a black man who restore your soul. You could be white and gay, but don't crack the road. See, my shit is universal. If you got knowledge of all of dumb stuff. See, there's no one else who could dump it on the angle. Pick you at that. So do that, do that, do that, that. Do that, do that, do that, that. Do that, do that, do that, that. I'm working out with you, like that's what niggas. So I'm running to love, to all the brothers. I learned how to do.
I'm beautiful, love for me. On the streets, love is hard to see. Yeah, it's the place I got to be. Loving you is loving me. I'm beautiful, love for me. On the streets, love is hard to see. Gotta reach the frequency. Loving you is loving me. Yeah, you know what love is. Even found it on the ground where the thugs live. My man had to dig deep to find his. Where his sleep is on the real, he got 5 kids. Love is real, specification in crack games. Black dames and big faces, cases in court. Damn showing love and support. You ain't the baby's mom. Thought the love was a sport. As men, we were taught to hold it in. That's why we don't know how to be older men. If love is a place, I'ma go again. At least now I know to go within. At times it can take the vote a spin. Heartbreak hotel to get home again. I seen love make a soul pretend. Like a story that he don't want to end. Yo,
Thank y'all for tuning in to the Hip Hop Power Hour right here on KHSX 101.5. Came in with my man CeeLo. Let's go out with my man Common. Make sure you tune in next week, Friday at 7, from 7 to 8:30. This is your power station, KHSX 101.5 FM. Peace.
in the hood, love, we was told to run from. That same hood where the guns sung. We holler love, hoping it become one. Crack got so many lives undone, but black alive, many die, some run. I knew this girl with a son who dreamt of acting in plays. Demonstration with a man had her trapped in a maze. Trying to find herself again, but Sebastian game. Love to free us, to her son we act as a slave. Funny, we love her more when they relax to the grave. Wonder if a thug is far, is he acting afraid? Everybody loves someone out attract shade. Heard of the love of money, but compassion it pays. Talk about it with the youth, so she understand what it is to be loved by a man.
KHSX Power 101.5.
Loving you is loving me. I'm beautiful, loving me. On the streets, love is hard to see. Gotta reach that frequency.